Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make her the cutest that I've ever seen. Give her two lips like roses and clover, and tell her that her lonely nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone, don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make her the cutest that I've ever seen. Give her a word that I'm not wrong for, and tell her that her lonely nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone, don't have nobody to call my own. So please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
April 8th, 2018, I made a video speaking about my prediction on how Halloween 2018 might go, and this prediction video was before any trailers came out, and at this point in time we have 3 different trailers, so I thought I may as well make an updated video. So here we go, here's my prediction video. You know, with the first trailer, it kind of starts off explaining how Michael was captured shortly after the events which took place in October 31st, 1978 in Haddonfield, Illinois, and 40 years later a team of journalists visit Michael in what could be the very same sanitarium which failed to house Michael 40 years prior. Now, bringing along actually a very sentimental gift to Michael, and that was his mask. And after they pulled out the infamous mask, everybody in the yard goes crazy. The dogs are barking, the patients are overwhelmed with excitement, and perhaps maybe the past 40 years, Michael has been some sort of fascination of theirs, sort of like the patient who was dressed in a John Wayne Gacy costume in Halloween 8, if you remember that, where Michael killed Laurie, and then he gave the knife to the guy in the clown costume, and the guy started like stating out facts about Michael in sort of like an inspirational way. So it could perhaps be something like that. Now we're taken to Haddonfield, where we see Laurie has her own underground bunker, you know, most likely filled with weaponry to defend herself if she ever comes face to face with Michael again. And the question was thrown out there, will Michael and Laurie be related? And the answer is no. Dave, aka Miles Robbins, asks, wasn't it her brother that murdered all those babysitters? And Laurie's granddaughter, Alison Strode, responded by saying no, and that's just something people made up. So we now know they're not related, and we have no idea what Michael's motive to kill might be. So at the end of the day, the only way to think about it is he's evil. He's almost a supernatural force. Now, in the scene in Laurie's backyard, we see a mannequin filled with bullets, and that's a clear indication that Laurie's been practicing her aim, and she's obviously going to be more prepared than she was back in 1978. But for whatever reason, they thought it would be a good idea to transport Michael away, and maybe with the holiday coming up, they wanted him to be far away from Haddonfield. Either way, Michael ends up breaking free and is once again loose. Now, the 2 investigative journalists we seen earlier end up tracking Michael down to a gas station, much like Loomis did in the previous Halloween films, but they actually find the body of a mechanic, a dead mechanic without any overalls, and Michael ends up killing Hall and then retrieves the mask. There's also a scene where Michael's like dropping a bunch of teeth over the stall with the girl in the bathroom, which is fucking crazy also, I'm just gonna say. But anyway, Michael goes back to Haddonfield and he wants to finish the job he started in 1978. So we're going to take a leap over to the second trailer, and it starts off with Michael bumping into some trick-or-treaters. But something else catches Michael's attention. To the right, an old woman who might just be the 2018 version of Mrs. Elrod walks out of a garage and back into her house. Now Michael checks out what's in the garage, takes a hammer, and by the sound of it, bang, bashes her with it. Now that scene to me is crazy. Perhaps we might see something like that in the film, but I don't think we'll probably see any on-screen kills without the knife. I think it's just going to be with the knife. But anyway, he bashes her with the knife, or with the hammer, sorry, and then he picks up the knife in the kitchen, much like the second film, the original second film, where he goes in and he takes the knife, and then Mrs. Elrod comes in screaming. And then he goes into the second house with the girl in it. I'm not sure what her name is, Alice Cooper, I believe it might have been. So anyway, Michael checks out what was in the garage, takes a hammer, bang, bashes it, takes a knife, walks into another house and goes after another victim. Meanwhile, it jumps to a scene where Laurie was telling the sheriff that she prayed Michael would escape just so she can kill him. And we also get another scene with Laurie showing off her rifling skills too, by the way. As you can see, definitely very prepared for Michael's return. Meanwhile, we're taken to a grave spot of Judith Myers. Now for you who don't know, Michael Myers' older sister, Judith Myers, was murdered back in 1963 when Michael was only 6 years old. He killed his older sister Judith on Halloween night just after her boyfriend left. And in the distance we can actually see Michael lurking behind the tree as Dr. Martin and his assistant are talking and taking a look at the gravestone. Now in another scene we also get to see Laurie's secret stash of weapons, and yeah, pretty crazy. Proving just how prepared she actually is for this encounter. And in the next scene we actually see Michael at the top of the basement stairs with a rifle pointing right at his head. Now I can only imagine with this scene, Michael either takes some severe damage or Laurie maybe couldn't come to actually pull the trigger. Either way, we get a couple of seconds worth of footage showing Allison in the back of a police car with Michael reaching out for her, and then we get some sort of like reverse scene and we see Laurie at the top of the stairs at the basement, and she hits Michael with a gun, knocking him all the way down the stairs, and then bang, Michael sits up like it never even happened, just like 1978. And then the end off the trailer with Laurie hiding behind the door and then Michael bursting his hands through the glass and lifting her up by the throat. Okay, now that I'm a bit more familiar with what we've seen so far, I'll give you a little prediction of how I suspect this film might go down. It's quite common for the protector to be the one who dies in these types of films. You know, the person who puts their lives or their life on the line for the person they love or for the people they love. So it wouldn't be much of a surprise to me if Laurie is the one to die in an attempt to save Karen and Alison Strode. With that being the ending, I can only really imagine Michael escaping once again, or maybe being killed. Now, I don't see the film being the last to come. There will probably be more in the Halloween franchise, but maybe we might get a different direction in the next film, kind of sort of like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, but maybe it will be a bit more involvement with Michael Myers, but not necessarily with Michael Myers. It could be a copycat killer. And with that being said, I do want to say, I know it's all the videos you've seen, everything we've seen or everything I've seen so far kind of points that this isn't how it is, but I kind of got a feeling that the person who was trying to kill Laurie Strode back in 1978 isn't the same person who's going to try to kill her now. And I know it sounds crazy to think about, and I know it sounds crazy to say. It's crazy even me mentioning it now, but I get a weird vibe that the reason there are two Michael Myers is because the person Laurie ends up killing at the end of the film, if she does, isn't the same person who tried to kill her at the start of the film. I know, crazy, and I'm just throwing it out there as a sort of theory type thing, but look, it would be crazy to think that this is the last Halloween film, so we have no idea what Blumhouse have in mind and have in store for us. There's surely more to come, but unless they pull off like a very good ending with Michael Myers dying, fans are going to be kind of upset, and even if he does escape, then that's kind of intentionally setting it up for another film. So I think the film will play out, Laurie will die trying to save her family, but I'll be happy with Michael being killed too and having Laurie survive instead, you know, because I don't really care for another film in the franchise. Of course it would be cool seeing Michael Myers on big screen again in like a year or two down the road, but at the end of the day I think it's just going to get old if they keep doing it. Anyway, like I said, at the end of the day, no one knows what's going to happen. We'll know be aside from the cast and crew anyway. But thankfully Halloween's coming up in like less than 2 months, so there really isn't that long left to wait. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what your prediction is. I would love to know if anyone else thinks that Laurie will die in the film. I know it's kind of a popular theory, to be honest, but let me know what you think at least. And if you think I could be onto something with there being two different Michael Myers, it could be, maybe. I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen, but sure, look, I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully it'll be about something other than just Halloween 2018. I did actually have a video meant to come out yesterday. It was meant to be a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch video, but unfortunately there was a problem with Lionsgate UK, a problem with like just the film and the company, so I couldn't upload that video. But sure, here is this video. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry I'm kind of late to it. I was not really gonna talk about the second trailer, because I was intentionally trying to dodge the second trailer until I couldn't upload my other video. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch the trailer, I'll give a new prediction video, and hopefully that will suffice for an upload that people kind of want to see. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.